I'm Mark from Junior Doctor, and if it isn't quality, it isn't brutal. My name is Mark.
And I'm Derek.
And I'm the singer of the band Junior Doctor.
And I'm the tour manager of the band Junior Doctor.
He is. And he's here to make sure I don't say anything inappropriate. So
He shoots off at the mouth all the time.
just
So
watch out for me, all right?
Yeah.
Our song "Uh-Oh" I think best describes our band. It's a song about love at first sight. It's actually about the first time I met my wife, and I've been married to her for 10 years. We have 3 kids together, and I really feel like it kind of encompasses a whole lot of what our band's about. We're like a pop rock group out of Cocoa Beach, Florida, and we definitely like have a laid-back feel, but also kind of fun, beachy a little bit. But yeah, "Uh-Oh" is our single right now, and that's probably the best one to get into first. Let me tell you how I met our drummer. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I should tell this story. That's a really weird story. It actually has nothing to do with how we got where we are. I just met him. I met him wearing a mask, and I was being so weird. I'm gonna. No, it wasn't Halloween at all. It wasn't Halloween at all. It was a very weird story, but a weird. You wanted to hear a weird story? Just any kind of story.
Warped Tour.
Warped Tour. Honestly, Warped Tour has probably been the strangest touring experience, but definitely the coolest touring experience. And just the fact that we're doing it in a van. There's 6 of us in a van, and it's actually one of the weird things is we actually have a song. We got signed to a label almost a year ago, and we have a song right now that is on national radio, and it just hit number 30 on the U.S. radio charts, and so I have absolutely no connection to the outside world, being in, like, because you're enclosed in this like carnival concert atmosphere, and you have like my phone died right at the beginning of the tour, so I really have very limited connection to the outside world. But I keep getting these like little texts every now and then, like, oh hey, we just hit this number on the radio charts, or we just our single sales jumped up to here, and I feel like a huge part of it is being out at Warped Tour and being able to approach a lot of kids and just throw headphones on them and get them into the music and being able to play is a huge thing. But Warped Tour has been probably one of the strangest touring experiences ever, because it's made such a big difference, and it's I've never been at a tour.
So many different types of people in there.
Yes.
Everybody's just kind of doing their own thing all day long, so it's dusty and hot.
Yeah, I probably meet like a good 300 to 400 people a day.
So many people every day.
I don't think I've ever met that many people in one day ever before, so it's a lot of fun. Any producer, you know what? The producers that we've already worked with, I love them, and their names are Matt Goldman, Zach Odom, Kenneth Mount, and they're all actually based out of right here in Atlanta. All those guys are so awesome.
Such great guys.
And I would never want to like say I would rather work with someone else other than them, because I'd love to continue working with them. But Butch Walker is definitely a producer that I think is amazing. I'd love to work with him in some capacity. Well, like I said, "Uh-Oh" is our single right now, and we're in the middle of pushing that. Our album came out April 10th, and it's called Clumsy Words and Bad Pickup Lines. We released it through our label Toucan Cove Universal, and that's kind of like our main focus right now. Not really any new music in the works, but we're just focusing on pushing that album. In general, some of the coolest tour experiences, we've played a whole lot of really small club shows where, there's maybe 20, 30 people, but I think the coolest thing is in those intimate club settings. You get to actually meet everyone who came to your show, and you get to hang out with them afterwards and really kind of form like this friendship bond with these people all over the place, and they become like these really dedicated fans. And also the other bands that we toured with on those on those dates, you really create like a bond and a kinship with them, and there's like this little community of bands that are all trying to make it together and struggling, and probably, I mean, the last 2 tours we did were before this were with a band called Freshman 15, A Criminal Risk, and then we did another one with Atlantic Avenue and Secret Dino Club, and all those 4 bands are just such good friends of ours now. And we had such a good time on those tours, and like I said, they're kind of small, but it was a lot of fun.
I mean, at this point, after all these years, you tour for X amount of time of the year or whatever, they become your best friends. These people that you get to see when you go to Chicago, there's X amount of people that you're going to see every single time. Those become as good of friends as the people who are friends at home and stuff.
Yeah, because they're passionate about what you're doing. That's the cool thing, is like us, out here being passionate, and trying to pursue something that we love. Someone who's there, like, supporting and is passionate about what you're doing as well. Like, you have this kind of common bond, and it kind of creates like a really, like a meaningful connection. Yeah, it's awesome.
But I just can't stop. I keep thinking, just wait and see. She's gonna notice me. Yeah.
I actually write almost all my songs in the shower, because there's the theory called the shower theory, where because your mind is distracted from like the problem at hand, you're able to kind of focus, take your focus off of it, and your brain sort of solves your problems for you. And a lot of my songwriting is kind of problem solving. I'm like either going through something that I'm not sure how to deal with it. It's like an outlet for me, and so like song lyrics and a melody will come to me in my head, and I'll usually hop right out of the shower, like ingest a towel and grab a guitar. My wife will walk in there and I'm like, what are you doing? You're standing on the toilet with a towel around you, playing the guitar and singing. It's kind of weird, but most songs that I write are kind of relationship involved. Like I said, my wife and I have been married for 10 years, so there's a whole lot of ups and downs, and recalling what it was like when we first met, and all those kind of things. So. Blink-182 is a huge musical influence of mine. In high school, I loved that band. There's actually a couple bands on this tour that influenced me heavily. Yellowcard and Newfound Glory. I listened to them a lot growing up, and there's a couple other more obscure ones. There's a guy named David Bazan. He was the lead singer of a band called Pedro the Lion, and I love his lyrics so much. He's so awesome, and he's definitely influenced kind of not really the topic of my songs, but kind of the way I like to word things. He's just got such a poetic way of saying stuff. Like I said before, our album's called Clumsy Words and Bad Pickup Lines. You can pick it up on iTunes, Amazon, pretty much anywhere online you can get music. Our Twitter handle is @JRDRmusic, and our website is the same, jrdrmusic.com.
And August 8th.
And August 8th, we're going to be at the... That's why he's here. He's reminding me to not forget all the stuff I always forget about. August 8th, we're going to be at the Masquerade with Red Jumpsuit Apparatus and Set It Off here in Atlanta. I've never been good with words. Well, at least